welcome to First Pages. I hope everyone's having a good day. It's kind of a messy hair day here today. Not that different from the kind of day Candice has in Following Sweet Dreams Home by Rebecca Thiem. The bells on the door jingled as Candice entered the antique store. "Good morning," a smiling elderly woman sung out as she leisurely walked toward the counter. She reminded Candice of her first grade teacher, her gray hair neatly wrapped in a bun on top of her head, resembling a cinnamon roll minus the sugar glaze. She wore a 50s-inspired navy blue dress with a crisp white starch lace collar, an ensemble that matched her blue and white Oxford shoes. Balanced above her left ear was a No. 2 canary yellow pencil that added a touch of casualness to her pristine appearance. "Hello, just thought I'd look around," Candice responded, needing a little retail therapy. "Well, if I can be of any assistance, just holler." The woman smiled and proceeded to open a large box on the counter. Candice made her way up and down the aisles, looking for anything to make her feel better. She stopped abruptly when she spotted a perfect little bistro table with 2 chairs. The table was dark mahogany with drop-leaf sides and would be ideal placed against the wall in her tiny kitchen. The chairs matched the beautiful mahogany with white accent paint to contrast the dark wood. She quickly made her way to the exquisite piece and sat in one of the 2 wooden chairs. She leaned forward to get a closer look at the wood grain while carefully crossing her legs. "Beautiful dinette. Just arrived yesterday," the elderly woman informed her in a warm voice, without looking up from the ornate hat she had just lifted from the box. "Yes, it is." Candice's eyes quickly shifted and focused on the hat. "How much for that hat?" "Dear, this hat needs to be cleaned and repaired." The woman carried the hat as she stepped out from behind the counter. She gently placed it on Candice's head. "Go take a look in the mirror. It accentuates your beautiful features and complements your blue eyes. Not to mention it goes perfectly with the dress you are wearing." The woman spoke softly, pointing to an armoire with an uncommonly large mirror. Candice gazed at her reflection. "Oh my," she remarked, mesmerized by the elaborate black velvet hat. There was a large bow on one side, surrounded by enough feathers to make a peacock jealous. "How much for this hat as is?" "I can sell it to you for $75. It's from the early 1900s, the woman replied, smiling. "I'll take it. Now how much for that table and chairs?" Candice turned, making her way back to the bistro set. "I'd be willing to part with that for $1,000, the woman offered. "It's sturdy construction. They don't make things like that anymore. You know, with all the particle board and veneer these days. That table there, it's a durable piece of furniture." "I'll take that too. Can I pick it up tomorrow?" "Of course. But we deliver free of charge for furniture purchases within 10 miles. "Oh, that would be great." Candice pulled out her checkbook. "Now how much do I owe you?" The elderly woman opened a receipt book, as ancient as the antiquities in her store, and started filling in pertinent information. "I found this receipt book while going through my father's things," the woman remarked tenderly. "Now is there anything else I can help you with, dear?" "Well, actually, yes. Around the corner there was an interesting piece that is painted like a rainbow. What exactly is that used for?" "You must be referring to the credenza. That particular style would have been used to store papers, or maybe you could repurpose it and put silverware in it. My grandson found it in an old barn. I'm pretty sure it's solid oak under all that paint, so once it's stripped of its many coats of colors and refinished, it will be a stunning piece of furniture." "How much are you asking for it?" Candice inquired. "I can sell that for $1,700 if you would like to refinish it yourself. However, if you prefer we refinish it, the price would go up to $3,800. "I'd like that as well. I will refinish it myself, as I need something to keep me busy. I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands," Candice said, placing her purse on the counter so she could fill out the check. "I look forward to seeing you again," the shop owner said, handing her the receipt. "I'll have my grandson deliver your dinette set and credenza tomorrow, around 4? "Sounds great." Candice positioned the hat on her head with a slight tilt. "Nice meeting you," she said, exiting with a wave. Candice stood tall, balancing her huge hat on her head, and began strolling down the street in her high heels, obviously designed for looks and not comfort. A strong breeze began blowing, and Candice reached up in an attempt to keep her hat in place, but she was not quick enough. The hat took flight and continued swirling down the street like a ballerina, twirling around. Trotting in 5-inch stilettos, she did her best to keep up with the traveling hat. Each time she got close, however, another gust of air carried it further. The wind finally died down, and the hat gently settled on the sidewalk. Candice quickly reached for it, but suddenly another gust of wind lifted the hat and tossed it onto a porch stoop. Out of breath and cursing her broken heel, Candice climbed the steps and bent down to retrieve her new hat. As she just reached for the hat, she noticed a large amount of mail scattered on the floor just inside the glass-paneled door. Cupping her hands around her eyes, she pressed her face against the door, trying to get a better look inside. It was very dark, and all she could see were cobwebs and shadows. Interesting. I wonder what's going on with this building. There was rarely a vacant building in the heart of No Valley, a trendy neighborhood in San Francisco. Candice turned to head back down the steps, holding the hat tightly in her left hand to avoid any more impromptu exercise. No wonder I've never noticed anyone wearing a hat on a blustery day. With hat in hand and a broken heel, she limped down the stairs. Kind of makes you feel like you're there, doesn't it? With that wind just blowing and things going everywhere. That was Following Sweet Dreams Home by Rebecca Thien. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like first pages, please subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified when I post new videos. And happy reading!